So for example 3, it says write the equation. When it says write the equation that describes the line in slope-intercept form, remember slope-intercept form is y equals what? Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so when you're writing the equation, you're always going to have an answer that's in this form, y equals mx plus b. Okay, and then what you do is you plug in something for m and something for b. So whenever you have an equation, the x and the y are going to stay variables. The m and the b are going to have numbers substituted in for them. Okay, so there's 3 different types of examples we're going to look at. So the first one is m equals 4, the y-intercept is -2. They can either say m equals, or sometimes they might say the slope. Okay, so the slope is m, the y-intercept is b. So if m is 4 and b is -2, if you plug this into your equation, y equals mx plus b, it's y equals, and then instead of m, what can I write? Oh no. Lock it in. Scared. Okay. So y equals, and then what are we going to plug in for m? What does m equal? Thank you. 4. Okay, so it would be 4, and then you don't plug anything in for x. Now, it says plus b, but if it's a negative, okay, plus a negative is just minus. So you're going to have 4x minus 2. That is your answer. So last week, one thing that we did is I made you tell me the m and the b from the equation. Now you're given the m and the b, and you write the equation. Okay? So problems like that should go very quick. The next type of problem we're going to do is going to have a few steps to it. So I'm going to write out what the steps are. And I'm going to give you time to do that. So please make sure you have those written down. So in the next type, they don't give you the y-intercept. What they do is they give you a point. So remember, every point that's given is in the form x comma y. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in 3 for x, and we're going to plug in 4 for y into our equation. I'm actually going to try to zoom this in. Oopsies. Sorry, working on fixing my backhand because we're having some issues here. There we go. Okay, so the first step, so I want you to write this down, okay? So you are going to substitute. You're going to substitute m, x, and y into y equals mx plus b. Okay, so you're going to substitute m, x, and y into y equals mx plus b. Okay, so when I come around and check your notes, I'm looking that you have these directions written down, okay? Okay, so we're actually going to do that step. So we're going to substitute. So the first thing I want you to do is just write y equals mx plus b. And we'll do the substitution together. Okay, so your value for y is the second part of that point. So instead of y, we're going to plug in 4. Okay, it says m equals 2, so I'm going to plug in 2 for m. X is 3. Remember that these are being multiplied together, so when you plug in the 3, you can put that in parentheses. You can put like a little times between them. And then we don't know what the y-intercept is yet, so we are not plugging in anything for b. So you're only plugging in for m, x, and y. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that to solve for b. So for step 2, we are going to solve for b. Okay, and the b is the y. That is going to be your y-intercept. Okay, so if you are solving for b, getting b by itself, okay, then what you want to do is multiply these together. So what's 2 times 3? 6. So I have 6 plus b, and then on both sides, if I want to get b by itself, what do I have to move over? Yep, so I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. So that should make 0, 6 minus 6. The b drops down. And then for 4 minus 6, do you guys know what 6 minus 4 is? 2. Now because the minus is in front of the 6, it'll be negative 2. Okay, so that is your value for b. And then there's one more step. Okay, so then your last step is, so you're trying to write this in slope-intercept form. The only things you need in order to write in slope-intercept form is m and b. Okay, so you're going to plug m and b only into y equals mx plus b. Okay, so you are going to plug m and b only into y equals mx plus b. Okay, so for your y equals mx plus b, if you're only plugging in the m and the b, okay, you're going to keep your y equals, and I'm actually going to write the equation again. Okay, so if you have y equals mx plus b, you are not plugging in anything for x and you're not plugging anything in for y. You should always have your y and your x. Okay, so remember, your m they gave you is 2. You found that b was negative 2. So when you plug this in, if m is 2, we're going to replace that. And then remember, if the b is negative, you are going to write minus. And then this is your final answer. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to make a graph, and I did, and I have to say that.
Oh, okay, and then, so did you use the slope to find your intercept?
Yep.
Yeah, that was great. That's great. Love that. Okay, so, but Joey, did you write down notes to find it this way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then for C, okay, I want you to do step 1 where you're plugging in the values, okay? So this is going to be the same type of stuff. So for step 1 where you're doing the substitution, Okay, we have y equals mx plus b. Okay, I want you to plug in the m, the x, and the y into the equation, and then I'll come around and check